Hey everyone, Andrew back again and welcome to another video, and it's Saturday so I'm back with another slasher review as part of the TheHORROrmans Slashback Slasher Challenge series. And this week's theme, Joe wanted us to review and talk about a film that featured the word kill or killer or death, something along those lines within the title. So I've decided to review Killer Workout. So Killer Workout centers around a gym, a workout facility called Rhonda's Workout, and basically there's a mysterious killer picking off the members one by one throughout the film. There's also a pretty heavy whodunit storyline within the film because there's also a police detective trying to investigate the murders. So yeah, that's pretty much the quick rundown of the plot and story for Killer Workout. Now we'll move on to what I thought of this one. So this was actually a first time watch for me, and just going through my collection, I didn't actually own a lot of movies that featured the word kill or death within the title, surprisingly. But yeah, I'd never seen this one before, and I was kind of in the mood for something a little bit silly, campy and cheesy for this week's review, and of course Killer Workout in the title. I thought this was a pretty good movie to finally get around to checking out. And yeah, it certainly hit the spot for me in terms of cheese, because this movie is pure cheese. There's really no other way to sum up this slasher film. But I did have a few issues with the movie, and I'm still kind of undecided what I really think of this one. I didn't hate this one. It was just alright for me. But yeah, nothing amazing, but then nothing terrible. So I'm kind of still undecided. I might need to rewatch this one at some point. But anyway, we'll get on to my thoughts. So location-wise, I thought the location was really, really cool. Obviously, the main location within this movie is centered in the gym, Rhonda's Workout. And I thought that was a really, really awesome location for a slasher film. And I thought they kind of utilised the gym setting fairly well. Although I would have actually liked to have seen a little bit more kills to do with the gym equipment. But other than that though, the location was really, really good. Now, as I said, it was super cheesy and I was in the mood for that. So it certainly hit the spot. But the music in this, I have to mention the movie's soundtrack, because there was a lot of really cheesy 80s songs played throughout this movie, which I liked. However, they didn't necessarily always fit what was going on in the background. A lot of the times they kind of felt a little bit out of place. But I did enjoy the music, and there was some good synth scores throughout this film as well. There were a lot of cheesy moments within this film. There were some really cheesy fight sequences, like fist fight sequences, which were just downright hilarious and super, super cheesy. But to my surprise, I will say the characters and the acting, especially for the type of movie that this is, was actually pretty decent. I liked all the characters. I thought they were really, really good. Pretty traditional slasher characters. But overall, I thought the acting was pretty good. So I did enjoy that aspect to the film. Now, as for the killer was nothing special, and I kind of worked out who the killer probably was about halfway through the movie. So the reveal at the end didn't really blow me away too much. It was kind of obvious that it was heading down that way. So I wasn't overly impressed with that. And the ending was pretty average as well. So yeah, nothing special in terms of the killer either. The kills in this, I'm not really too sure how I feel about the kills within this film. So before we get into that though, this movie kind of plays out like an Americanized giallo. So while it is a slasher film, it's definitely got all your traditional slasher tropes. It doesn't necessarily play out like one in terms of the story and the kills. So before we get into the kills, there's a heavy emphasis on the whodunit side of things within this film, because there's a police detective trying to investigate all the murders that are happening at this gym and trying to figure out who the killer is and the motives and stuff like that. And the kills have a really similar style to a giallo film. They're not overly brutal or gory, there's not a lot of variety, and just the way that the kills are shot definitely reminded me a lot of a giallo film. And I definitely could have done with a little bit more gore when it came to the kills, and a little bit more variety, more like a traditional slasher, but it really wasn't the case. However, in saying that though, it kind of did work because of the whole whodunit storyline. So the kills didn't really feel out of place, they kind of worked, but me being a gorehound, and I like to see some pretty inventive and creative kills in slashers, this one didn't really have that. So yeah, that is pretty much my thoughts and opinions on Killer Workout. First time watch for me, and as you can probably tell from this review, my opinions are kind of in the middle with this movie. There were some good elements that I enjoyed about it, and then there were some weaker elements that I thought could have been improved upon or done a little bit better. But in saying that though, I was in the mood for something silly and cheesy, and it's definitely what I got from Killer Workout. So I guess I would recommend this one, but just keep in mind that this one is pure cheese. There's a lot of elements within this movie that don't really necessarily work with what's going on. But, you know, not a bad movie, not a great one, just a good cheesy 80s slasher film. So yeah, that's my opinions and my review on Killer Workout. If you've seen this one, definitely let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. And if you haven't, I guess if you're in the mood for a really, really cheesy 80s slasher film, I would, I guess, recommend checking Killer Workout out. Anyway guys, that is it for this week's review. Until next Saturday when I'm back with another one, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and thanks for watching.